students, so after completing the first problem, let's start with the second problem on separating the given hyperbolic function into real and imaginary part. So here we'll have one more numerical with a difference in the type of question. So let's see how to solve such type of questions. So now here sine of theta plus I phi is given as cos alpha plus I sin alpha, and we have to prove that cos raised to 4 theta is equal to sine square alpha is equal to hyperbolic sine raised to 4 phi. Now guys, if you see the question, then in that question on both sides we have a complex number. So if you check the prove that there are 3 sides, and we know that we can't prove 3 sides at a time. So what we'll do is we'll just prove 2 sides at a time, and then we'll prove the remaining 2 sides, and then from those 2 equations we can say that all 3 sides are equal. So guys, for that I'll take the given term, and in this given term we'll expand it. So here we have sine of theta plus I phi. Let's expand it by using the formula of sine of a plus b. So that is sine theta into cos of I phi plus cos of theta into sine of I phi, which is equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Now guys, the value of cos of I phi, here I'll write down, it is hyperbolic cos of phi plus cos theta, and the value of sin I phi is I into hyperbolic sine of phi, which is equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha. So guys, if you don't know the formula of this, then you have to go back to my previous video and revise the formula from formula of hyperbolic function video. Now, if you check both sides, we got the complex number and there is equal to sign in between. So we can compare the real and imaginary parts and we can get 2 equations. So here I'll say comparing real and imaginary parts. So here the real part is sin theta cos h phi or hyperbolic cos phi, whereas here the real part is cos of alpha. Next the imaginary part is cos theta into hyperbolic sin phi, and here the imaginary part is sin of alpha. Now let's call this as equation number 1 and 2. Now guys, from these 2 equations we have to prove this result. So let's start with the first 2 sides. So what I'll do is I'll first prove the cos raised to 4 theta is equal to sin square alpha. Now to start with this, let's come back to the equations. So in the equations you can observe that there are 3 different variables. One is alpha, one is phi, and one is theta, or you may call it as angles. So there are 3 different angles. Now in the prove that, let's say if I am proving this 2 result, then it means in the answer I want theta and alpha. I don't want the phi. So what I'll do is I will use a formula of hyperbolic function or a trigonometry in such a way that this phi will be eliminated. And if the phi is eliminated, then obviously we'll get the equation in terms of theta and alpha. Similarly, when I'll prove these 2 results, so that time since alpha and phi is want, what I'll do is I'll write the formula in terms of theta so that the theta will be eliminated. So this is what the trick is. So I'll write the formula in terms of phi. Now for phi we have 2 terms, which is hyperbolic cos phi and hyperbolic sin phi. So it means I have to use some hyperbolic formula for some hyperbolic function formula in which hyperbolic cos phi and hyperbolic sin phi would come. So guys, here I'll say hyperbolic cos square phi minus hyperbolic sin square phi is equal to 1. So guys, in this formula I will substitute the value. So for the value of hyperbolic cos phi, let's come here. So hyperbolic cos phi will be cos alpha upon sin theta. So if we square it, that will be cos square alpha upon sin square theta, minus here let's find out hyperbolic sin square phi. So this will come here, that will become sin alpha upon cos theta. So by squaring we'll get sine square alpha upon cos square theta, which is equal to 1. Now guys, to get this first result, we'll simplify the given terms. So we'll cross multiply, we'll get cos square alpha into cos square theta minus sine square alpha into sine square theta upon sine square theta into cos square theta, which will go to the right hand side, and that will become sine square theta into cos square theta. Now guys, let's observe the result. So here, whenever the angle is alpha, we want sine term, and whenever the angle is theta, we want cos term. So let's come here. Now here the angle is alpha, but we have cos term, but in the answer we want sine term. So what I'll do is I'll convert this cos term to the sine term. So here I can say that this is nothing but 1 minus sine square alpha. Next, cos square theta. So with theta, we want cos term. So we'll keep this term as it is. So cos square theta will remain as it is. Minus sine square alpha, because with alpha we want sine term. Next, with theta we want cos term. So here I'll say it is 1 minus cos square theta equal to, this is sine square theta, which is 1 minus cos square theta into cos square theta. So guys, what I did here is I just observed the angle and the respective trigonometric function. So I brought the same function everywhere. Now let's multiply it, let's simplify it. So I'll multiply this bracket with cos square theta. So we'll get next we'll multiply this bracket with minus sine square alpha. So we'll get minus sine square alpha plus sine square alpha cos square theta equal to, here we'll multiply the bracket with cos square theta. So we'll get cos square theta minus cos to the power 4 theta. Now we'll cancel few terms. So I'll cancel this term with this term because it is same and opposite in sign. Next, this cos square theta, if I take it on the left hand side, that will be negative cos square theta. So that is why I'll cancel this cos square theta with this cos square theta. And now we got negative sine square alpha equal to negative cos raised to 4 theta. So if I shift this to the left hand side, that will become positive cos raised to 4 theta. And if I shift this to the right hand side, that will become positive sine square alpha. And guys, this is nothing but our first result. So here we got the first result. Now let's prove the other two terms or other two sides. So I may take the second and third term, or I may take first and third term. We'll get the same answer. Now what I'll do is I'll take this second and the third term. So it means I'll prove sine square alpha equal to hyperbolic sine raised to 4 phi. Now guys, since I want phi and alpha, and in the equations I have theta, phi and alpha, I will eliminate the theta term. So to eliminate theta, here I have sine theta cos theta. So we know the formula, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. And by using that formula, we can eliminate the theta. So here we'll say sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Now let's put the values. So the value of sine theta is cos alpha upon hyperbolic cos phi. So we'll square it. We'll get cos square alpha upon hyperbolic cos square phi. Next, the value of cos theta is sine alpha upon hyperbolic sine phi. That will be sine square alpha upon hyperbolic sine square phi equal to 1. Now we'll simplify this. We'll get cos square alpha. Now guys, let's come to the question. So here, whenever the angle is alpha, we want trigonometric function as sine, and whenever angle is phi, we want hyperbolic term as sine. So it means we want all sine terms. So let's convert all cos terms to the sine terms. So here cos square alpha, that will become 1 minus sine square alpha. Then hyperbolic sine square phi will be as it is, plus sine square alpha. Next, hyperbolic cos square phi is 1 plus hyperbolic sine square phi, equal to hyperbolic cos square phi is 1 plus hyperbolic sine square phi into hyperbolic sine square phi. Next, we'll multiply this bracket with hyperbolic sine square phi, we'll get similarly we'll multiply this bracket, so we'll get on the right hand side this term into 1, so hyperbolic sine square phi plus hyperbolic sine raised to 4 phi. Now here we'll cancel this term with this term because that is opposite in sign. Next, hyperbolic sine square phi will be cancelled with this hyperbolic sine square phi because if it comes to the left hand side that will become negative. And now we'll write down the remaining term. So from here we got sine square alpha. From here we got hyperbolic sine to the power 4 phi. Now guys, what we have proved? So in the first result we proved that value of cos raised to 4 theta is sine square alpha, and here now we are saying that this sine square alpha is equal to hyperbolic sine raised to 4 phi. So it means these three terms are same, and here I proved the given result. So guys, I am sure you understood the problem and you understood how to eliminate the given angle from the given terms. So just apply the same steps in the exam to get the full marks. And guys, don't forget to share this video with your friend, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because then only you will be able to get the latest updates, the latest videos that I am posting every day on engineering mathematics. So thank you for watching. Keep watching, because in the next video I am going to cover one more problem on hyperbolic function. Thank you very much.